Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Rakakwadash. Double honors and blessings to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Aria All, Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming at you with another lesson, another video. Lord willing, it will be edifying to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and for the hopeful elect. Okay, this video is going to be about Halloween, the meaning, history, and it says Christian response. Now, what inspired me to do this video is every year you see people wearing stupid shit, and it's very vexing to see adults, men and women, dressed as whatever. You know, tonight, I saw this guy wearing a pink wig. Okay, I mean, you see people wearing all kind of dumb shit. It's evil for one, and they just look dumb. To me, that's my personal opinion. So I hate all the holidays. They're all vexing. But in particular, I hate Halloween. Probably more than any other holiday. Because people really get to show their true colors. They really get to show what's on their mind by what they're wearing. You know, and it's just very, very vexing. So I decided to do this video on Halloween. It's not going to be long. Then I got a few precepts. And as I said, Lord willing, it'll be edifying. Because I know there's a lot of people, a lot of brothers feel the same way. We all hate this damn holiday. Because like I said, people really get to show what's on their mind by what they're wearing. Okay? It says on October 31st, each year, people across the United States celebrate Halloween or All Hallows Eve, widely geared toward young children who enjoy wearing costumes, trick-or-treating, and pumpkin carving. Now, I don't have nothing against the children because they don't know no better. They're only doing what their parents tell them to do. I'll say this again. I don't have nothing against the children wearing costumes. Yeah, they're going off, but it's because of their parents. Okay? Let me be perfectly clear about that. It says Halloween has become the second largest commercially celebrated holiday in America, Babylon the Great, grossing over $8 billion in sales. All that wasted money. You know, it says, what is the origin and history of Halloween? Halloween's origin can be found in the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, pronounced Samhain, meaning end of summer. For the Celts who celebrated their new year on November 1st, the day marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter. Okay, now I'm going to say this too real quick. A lot of people don't know this history. You don't here in Babylon the Great, people just do things because of tradition. They don't do no research. They don't know why they're doing it. They just do it because their neighbor's doing it, because everybody else is doing it. Okay? It says November 1st, the day marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter, the end of light and the beginning of darkness, the end of life and the beginning of death. The Celtic priests, called Druids, made large bonfires on hilltops around which the people gathered and offered sacrifices of crops and animals to the Celtic gods as a thanksgiving offering for that year's crops. See, that's idol worship. They're already going off. And as an appeal for favor in the new coming year. It says some have speculated that there were also human sacrifices at these bonfires, but modern scholars believe this not to be the case. This was viewed as a very spiritual time, and divination was practiced especially in the form of fortune telling. Okay, again, that's going off. It was widely believed that on this night, young women especially can find whether they might marry in the coming year and even the identity of their spouse. It is also believed that on the eve of Samhain, the line between the living and the dead became thin and the spirits of the other world were allowed to roam the earth during this day. See, going the fuck off. Both spirits of the departed during the previous year, as well as evil spirits of ghouls and fairies looking to cause mischief and damage. The Celts, hoping for a visit from their departed loved ones, would set a place at the table for them and prepare a feast. See, they preparing food for somebody that's dead. They also set treats outside their house for wandering spirits, again going off, to ward off evil spirits from their households. The Celts were known to set carved pumpkins or turnips in front of their doors. If they went out at night, they wore costumes so that if they encountered an evil spirit, they would be mistaken for an evil spirit themselves and thus be protected from evil and trouble. Okay, now I'm going to read that last part again because I never knew this. It says to ward off evil spirits from their households. The Celts were known to set carved pumpkins or turnips in front of their doors. Now imagine that. These people buy all these pumpkins. I went in Walmart. They got fucking pumpkins all over Walmart. But what these people would do, the purpose of carving these pumpkins, it says, to ward off evil spirits from their households. The Celts were known to set carved pumpkins in front of their doors. Now, I just don't get that. You're gonna carve a pumpkin that looks evil as hell to ward off something that's evil as hell. Don't make no sense. But anyway, nonetheless, that's Babylon the Great. Confusion. Don't make sense. It says if they went out at night, they wore costumes. And this is why people wear costumes. So that if they encountered an evil spirit, they would be mistaken for an evil spirit themselves and thus be protected from evil and trouble. Okay? So that's the meaning of Halloween. All a bunch of garbage, all evil. But as I said, I have a couple of precepts here. I have 1, 2, 3 precepts here. The first one, I'm going to save the best for last. The first one, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of people, women, I've seen men too, but mostly women, they be dressed as a witch. Well, let's see what Yahweh Shem Hashai says when you dress as a witch. Okay? Exodus chapter 22 and verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So how stupid is that? You dressing as something that's going to be destroyed. The Most High says thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Okay? And if you go to the Blue Letter Bible, which I'm going to do that, Exodus chapter 22, right? Exodus 22 and verse 18, Salakia. Exodus chapter 22 and verse 18, which reads, Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And the NLT version says, you must not allow a sorceress to live. So if you were considered a witch or a sorceress back then, guess what? You were put to death. You were burnt at the stake. You know? And that's what they did to you. Because you represented evil. And these are the words of Yahweh Shem Hashai. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And here you have these people today, a lot of women, and I've seen men too. What do? They have these costumes as a witch. You know, well, if you want to be a witch, that means you want to be put to death. But again, this is Babylon the Great. Confusion, don't make no sense. That's her MO. Okay? The other precept I have is 1 John chapter 2. 1 John chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 15, which reads, Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Halloween is a custom that's in the world. Yahweh Shem Hashai says, Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. He says, if any man love the world, the love of the Father Yahweh Shai is not in him. So if you love this world and you love the things in this world, such as Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all the like, then the love of the Father is not in you. You know? And that's what people out here don't get. They don't understand. They'll celebrate these pagan holidays, and with the same mouth they celebrate them, they'll say, "Oh, I love God. I love God." Nah, you full of shit. You don't love Yahweh Shai if you're celebrating holidays. He clearly says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." And he goes on to say in verse 16, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world." Verse 17 says, "And the world passeth away." This world, this system of things is going to pass away by nuclear fire and the chariots and Yahweh Shai. It says, "And the world passeth away and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever." And what is the will of Yahweh Shai? Well, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the matter. Fear the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and keep his commandments." Okay? So if you love the world and you're celebrating these holidays, such as Halloween in this case, you're not fearing Yahweh Shai. You're not keeping his commandments. It says this, "For this is the whole duty of man," the Israelite man, of course. And as I said, if you're celebrating Halloween, if you're one of these dumbass people out here who walk around with a costume on, you know, of Spider-Man or fucking Superman or whoever your favorite superhero is, you don't fear the Most High, and you're definitely not keeping his commandments. Okay? And my last precept, save the best for last. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22. And that reads, "Abstain from all appearance of evil." Pretty simple. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm going to get it in the Blue Letter Bible. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22. Okay? I'm going to get it in the Blue Letter Bible. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 22, which reads, "Abstain from all appearance of evil. Stay away from every kind of evil." Now, what does that word abstain mean? Abstain from all appearance of evil. So all you dummies out there that's dressed as witches and any costume you're dressed as, any costume, I don't care who it is. Abstain means, let's see. Abstain from all appearance of evil, Salakia.
Strong's G 567. Apechamai. Thayer's Lexicon. Apecho.
It says to hold oneself off, refrain, abstain, to hold oneself off. Okay? That basically means to refrain from doing it, to restrain yourself from doing it. Now we're going to go to the Etymology Online Dictionary and see what it means. A-B-S-T, abstain. Avoid. It says avoid something, refrain from, keep free from sin or vice. Okay? So abstain means to avoid putting on costumes, avoid being a part of this world. Okay? That's basic. That's what it means to avoid it. You know? And that's pretty much it. That's all I got. So if you're celebrating any of these holidays, any of these holidays, you're going off. Okay? And again, I'll go back to 1 John chapter 2, and I'll end it on this. 1 John chapter 2, start at verse 15. Again, love not the world, this world, Esau's world, Babylon the Great, aka America. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Celebrating Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all these holidays, these are things of the world. It says, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Okay? Pretty simple. Right? So that's all I got. Lord willing, this was edifying in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Haushai. On to the next one. Lord willing, Shalom.